everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So for this week's scraps video, I said during, I think it was Wednesday's Facebook Live, that I had some scraps, a decent amount from this paper pad here. Now I've actually purchased this paper pad again, so I have a lot in here. So I'm hoping to be able to feature more scraps videos using this pack. But you can see what I've got here. So it's not loads, but it is enough to still make a bunch of cards. I'm hoping I'm going to get at least 5 cards out of this. I've got a couple of bigger pieces just here. I've got lots with the tag on, and in the pad you get all these topper sheets. I did cut one out there because I was just playing around with some ideas, but I'd like to use a lot of these on, well, I say a lot, 5 of them at least. You've got the tags there, which are nice to stamp like your sentiments, maybe like hello cards, things like that. But you've got these long pieces here, and I've cut a couple of them. So this one's here, who the illustrations are by, and you've got a few other ones. And I thought this time I would use, because these are, it's like the shaped cards series, so I'm going to use these ones here. All of the nesting dies that I'm using are from Craft Stash, and I think they're mainly the Creative Craft product brand. So I've already picked out some here because I want to keep these all within 6x6 size. So these come in at about 5 3/4. So if you've got the stitched ones, like I said, they will be linked. So I've made all of the card blanks just like I always do at the beginning, so you can see this one here. So this was just a piece of A4 card that I scored at 5 7/8. So right down through the middle, fold it in half, and then you want to take the die that you want to cut, and you want to make sure that you have an overhang of the cutting die on the folded side. So for example here, I would have the blade hanging over the edge of the fold. Run that through your machine, and then when it cuts, it will cut all of the sides, but it will keep that piece attached because you've not allowed the cut line to cut through. So I've got those ready. So I'm going to get straight into it. So card number 1, I have already prepped, but then I thought, you know, I'm just going to start filming, and you'll see me kind of planning out some of the cards as well when I speed bits up. But for this one here, you're probably also going to see me use the Ditzy print embossing folder, because that one goes really nice, I think, with this collection. So what I've done is I got the next size down in those nested dies, which is, again, just to give you an idea of size, it's 5 1/4. Cut that one in red, and again, if I just show you, and there's the center that I cut away. So I've cut it in red, and then just taken a section out in the middle. So this is just under 2 inches. It's up to you. Taking that away, what I want to do is pop that up on some foam. So this one here is going to be a side fold, so it'll be this way. I'm going to pop it up on some foam and have one down this side and one down this side. You could have them along the top and the bottom if you wanted to, but I think I'm going to do them that way. And then these are just some of the strips, but I want to have these, I think, basically what I want to do is stick these all down first. I'm going to have to trim that one a little bit. I'm going to finish with that one there, so I can bring that down a little bit, so they're all within there. So we've kind of got a pattern. I'm going to stick those right down, and then these are going to be popped up on some foam just to bring in some dimension. And then I've cut him from one of the topper sheets, but I basically just roughly cut around these, so like that, and then I stick that onto some cardstock, let it dry, and then fussy cut it. And now you've got like little ephemera, much stronger pieces now. And I thought I would have him kind of here, and then I was possibly going to have a little luggage tag, but I think I might have quite a big sentiment, like a thank you or something. I've got some lovely dies that I might use, but I'll do all the sentiments at the end. But I think having him kind of walking in from the side there with the red behind him helps him pop out a bit. So I'm going to get that all stuck down. So I ended up changing the orientation. I actually do like it that way, and I still think it works with the tags. I actually kind of like that one hanging down there, and I think the sentiment will sit quite nicely across the top there. So a really simple way just to use lots of strips there, and then that embossed detail at the top. I think it looks really nice. So that's card number 1. Okay, so for this one, again, I've got my blank card there, and what I've done is I've cut 8 of the 2 smallest, no, sorry, it wasn't the 2, it was the 2nd and 3rd smallest, because that's the smallest one there. But just the smallest dies you've got in whatever shape you're doing. Like I always say in these videos, these are just idea kind of layouts. Use these on any size and shape cards that you want. So I've got 8 of these, and I thought I would position them into each corner and have them overlapping each one as I go. So that one's overlapping that one, this one will overlap this one, and as you follow that round, you'll get these little triangles here. Okay, so that's those all stuck down. I'm going to pop them up on some foam as well. So you've got a really nice effect there. And then I've cut them again using this pattern paper in the smaller one. And I'm now going to stick those right on top. So don't worry that they overlap. Just stick them so you get the same red border all the way around. And then in the middle, I'm going to add this one, which is just under 2.5. Pop it up on some foam. And then I'm going to have that as my place for my sentiment. Once I've chosen what it is, I might just cut that one in white to go on top and just have a small little sentiment stamped in the middle. But I love that effect. I love all the detail that you get. So that is card number 2. I'm not going to stick that down just yet. I'm going to pop it up on some foam because I need to stamp my sentiment. But that's how it all looks. I think it's a really cool design. It reminds me of a fidget spinner. Imagine you hold it like that and then this bit all spins around. So I think you could change that one up if you've got anybody you know that loves those toys. So on to card number 3. So for this one, I want to focus on this piece here, which is the widest piece of scrap I've got that will cover the width of this card. So I'm going to have it towards the bottom, so I'd actually quite like to keep most of those images in, so I'll be able to keep him, this one, the bus and the back of him there. They're all going to fit. So I'm going to add my glue directly onto the card here. Doesn't matter if I've gone too high because I'm going to be sticking more down. So I'm just going to place that over there because I can trim around the back of it in a minute. I'm just going to make sure it's lined up with the bottom there. And then I want to add this strip here, but I think it needs some of the red to break up, and I want them to, I mean, I could pop these all in a gift box together and, you know, offer them to someone as, you know, like little note cards or something. So I'm just going to cut a thin strip there, and I'm just going to run that one over there, keeping everything nice and straight. Okay, and then I think I'm going to add that piece. And I thought about having him lifted up like so, and then I've just stuck this piece onto some card, like I said for the Paddington on the first one. That's still drying, but I'll just cut around that, and then I'm going to cut through there, and I thought some baker's twine in maybe red or blue, and then yeah, stamp maybe a little hello in there. I think that would be quite a sweet card. So I'm just going to, I think I might trim the dots off and just have that strip, maybe have the dots along the top. Okay, so that's where I am with that one. Like I said, once I've got the sentiment on here and the baker's twine, I think that's going to look quite sweet. I might have it, yeah, I might have it kind of up like that actually. That looks cool. So that's number 3 so far. So for card number 4, again, I've got my card blank, and then I've just taken the original largest die here and cut it in red. So I've got the whole of the front of the card in the red. And then I think I'm going to do a mix of this one, and again, I've just got so much of these pieces here, and I've just cut just different widths, some thicker than others. I've done similar to this before, but I haven't done them all different sizes or different widths. I've done them all the same, so I think it'll look quite nice having them all slightly different. Now what you want to do is just trim down those pieces, and then you're going to stick them with a gap in between, so like that. So you want to keep the same strip for that row, let's say, And then I'm going to take a thicker one from the different design and again cut different lengths there. And then that's going to run next to it, slightly offset, like so. And then again, take another one. So it's kind of that brick effect, but I'm doing it on the diagonal. I think once that's all covered, I might cut this then in white and then have my sentiment. And again, I might use twine on all of them and have it like wrapped around. I think once you add the decorations as well, maybe any little embellishments and things like that, that will really tie it all together. So that's everything stuck down. I think it's a really cool design. Like I said, I have done that a few times, but I haven't done it with different widths this time. Then I'm going to use this topper. So I've just backed it with some of the same red, and I'm going to have maybe him there. And then this one I'm going to have my sentiment on. But again, I need to add the twine, and I think I should add another strip. I might add the polka dots. Yeah, I think I'll add a couple of these strips. Maybe two of the same actually could look quite nice. Or maybe the red one in between, and then have it just breaks that up a little bit. So I think it's going to be something like that. I'm going to stick those 3 strips down, pop him on some foam there, and then I'll leave that one until I stamp my message. I've decided I'm not going to stick that one down just yet, because again, I think I might wrap some of the twine around here and then have that over the top. But that's where I am with card number 4. Okay, so for card number 5, I was playing around with one idea, but I didn't like it. So what I've done is I've cut this frame using the second size down from the main card blank size, and then the next one down from that. So just put them together, line them up so you've got an equal kind of gap in between. Add a little tape on top and then run that through, and you'll get this frame here. And I quite liked having it, I mean, it looks nice like that, but I thought having it just offset gives a really nice effect. And then I still got these strips left over from the other card. And what I thought I could do is possibly have them attached behind here, one kind of across each section. It's hard for me to hold it, in fact, if I lie it down. So imagine they'll all be stuck behind the red frame. I'll then lift that all up on some foam, and then I've still got this one which I cut out, and I think maybe if I give him a red frame and have him lifted in the middle, and then a nice sentiment, and maybe that's enough. Sometimes just by, I say it quite a lot, just adding the foam and giving the card dimension can actually, you know, is sometimes enough anyway. I might add some more. I might actually do them the same width. I think that's maybe what's throwing me. So I think I might do them all this thinner width, which is, I reckon it's 3/8 of an inch. It looks like it. Yeah, 3/8 of an inch. So, I mean, you could do them all 1/2 inch would be fine. So I'm going to trim these all so they're the same. Stick them down, add the topper, and then I'm going to then just carry on and finish all of the rest with the sentiments, and I'll show you them when they're all finished. Okay, so I've finished all the 5 cards. So as always at the end, I like to just go through them all. So this is number 1. I've turned this one into a thank you card, and I've used the thank you from the Modern Sentiments by Creative Craft Products, and I'll link these all below. And I just added a little gem there, a little bow using the baker's twine. I think that's a really sweet little card. So that's number 1. Number 2, I've added the sentiment, yay, way to go. Just kept it really simple. I love the shape of that one. And that one is from Sending Support stamp set by Creative Craft Products. And then on this one, I Miss Your Face, is again from that same set. It's this one here. And I just thought he looks like he's sending, you know, some mail. And I just thought that was quite a nice sentiment to have on that one. So that's number 3. Number 4, I've stamped the For You, which is from this set here, which is by Creative Craft Products, and it's Floral Nostalgia. Again, just a nice little note card there. And then this last one, I've added these very large metal looking flat back pearls, and then the thank you sentiment there, which is from the Creative Craft Products Special Sentiments die set. There's loads there. I don't know if that's 2 in together. It might possibly be 2 sets that I've popped together there. So, but again, if I can find it, I'll link all of those below. But I really like these ones. Again, I was working with very few scraps, so I think it's just a good example of, you know, some nice cards that you can still create with limited supplies. Like I said, you know, in the video, it doesn't have to be the shape that I've made today. It can be on a circle card, square, rectangle, anything you want. It's just to give you some ideas. But I have said that since using the shaped cards, a lot of the time the shape has created the style for me. Like, for example, this one, you know, to get all those segments the way they are and the way that that's offset and you get these corners, you know, I wouldn't have been able to have done that without this shaped card. So it is fun to use them. Give them a go if you've got lots of nested dies, or go online and download some shaped templates and draw around them. There's lots of ways to create similar styles to what I've done today. So let me know in the comments, as always, which one you preferred, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Like I said, I'll link as much of the product that I've used in the description box below. I'll have some other of my scraps videos coming up now if you want to watch those next. And I'll be back again very soon with more tutorials. Take care. Bye.